Good morning. It's 9:30 and the Board of Commissioners in session, February 20th. I'm Darrell Banks, fellow commissioners Cliff Mears and Tony Vero, Stacy Crawl, our clerk, and Andrew Keller, our county administrator. And online we have Carl Hunnell here with us is from WMAN. It's WMFD is Logan Gray. Thank you. And we have joined by three members of the Fair Board. I'll let them introduce yourselves, please.
I'm David Dick.
I'm Christy Keith.
I'm Kraft.
Okay, and Mr. Dick, what are you here to ask us for something?
I am.
That's
So last time we met, we talked about the progress of the arena project. At that time, we discussed potentially looking for a loan or getting a loan, things of that nature. We've looked into that, but there's been some problems with that. So we went back to some of our big donors and things of that nature. Since the last time we've met, we've received a $50,000 donation. We've received, pending on today's outcome, $25,811.73 from the Livestock Committee. We have received at a minimum value of $40,000 brand new air conditioner donated by Milan Auto Parts. And last night, the Senior Fair Board had an emergency meeting to discuss a grant application that we have coming up that we can fill out March 1st. That will likely cover all of the electrical upgrades we need for the fairgrounds. And it also provides a transformer accessible to the new building. It's a separate issue. We need the transformer relocated for a variety of reasons. But the board approved that, and the board also approved that in the event that anything isn't covered by the grant for some of the electrical upgrades, that we would use our general or operating budget to cover that. So effectively, we have $1 million in the arena account. This project started in 2018. When we got to about 900,000, we made the bid public. That was done on April 7th. And Dina's proposal submitted on May 19th of 2023 was accepted. We went forward with the pre-construction cost. That was 82,000. And we also obviously had the consulting costs and promotional materials. All that stuff's out of the arena account, and we have $1 million accessible. We came here last time, we talked about having an air conditioner. That project was kind of like $1.5 million, but because we've gotten this air conditioner donated and Tom has done a fantastic job with re-engineering a few things, we can put that air conditioner in it and have the plan that we've envisioned, $1,171,000. Adina has a guaranteed maximum price of $1,200,000. So we've got $1 million in the account. This week, we will have $1 million in the account pending if we can get any type of contribution and or donation from the commissioners. We can hopefully break ground the first week of March. You're asking for up to 200,000. I'm hopeful it's only going to be 160, 171, but the GMP is 1.2 and we have $1 million. That's where we're at.
Presuming we approve it, would Darrell be the first one to ride a bull in the show arena to kick off the ribbon cutting?
He can ride whatever he would like to ride. We will make that available. Now, I anticipate, we're hopeful that if this goes through, that the building will be done for the fair this year. It's not going to have concrete in where the kids are going to show for the arena. We're going to address that, and we'll finish concrete in it after the fair, assuming that's what we want to do. There is concrete in the building, but it's likely that it's just going to be mulch for this year's fair. And there's going to be obviously other things we need to do to the building after the fair. You know, when you have in a building like this, you got to make sure you have good sound and projectors and stuff like that. And we've got a plan how we're going to fund that and make that work. But first step is to get the building up. And as I provided Darrell the Dina's GMP and it has all the prevailing wages. They're responsible for that and all that stuff. They're ready to go. They got 6 or 12 gold shovels for groundbreaking. Hopefully, if we can seek approval and funding from the commissioners. We're not asking for a loan. We are asking for a donation.
So at this stage, with current plan is to have a dirt floor, basically, right?
just for a limited, no, it'll be concreted in the building, but where the animals show
Right,
for this year's fair will likely be dirt.
but eventually it will all be concrete.
Yes.
It will be ADA approved,
Yep.
where you can push wheelchairs, but just the center section, Cliff.
For now.
For now. And then down the road, it'll definitely all be concrete.
And that may be sooner than later, but we need to get the building up.
So I had a good conversation last week with someone in the Farm Bureau and he made a good point. It was a really good conversation, but this would potentially provide an opportunity to have an arena of this size for conventions. You know, we've always talked about a convention center in Richland County. Are there plans to, I mean, that would bring in dollars too. So, hey, an investment by the taxpayers, we represent them, but it's their money. You know, is there opportunity to have conventions, larger trade shows, which would certainly bring in tax dollars and revenue into the county?
Yeah, so we actually have a couple main buildings that we rent out that are larger, Fairhaven Hall, Arts and Crafts. We are almost complete renovating the interior of the Arts and Craft building to make that more profitable. And we are hopeful this building does the exact same thing, whether it be boat shows, conventions, meetings. We rent the fairgrounds out for MMA fights, different things like that. It's going to be something that's going to generate dollars. We're hopeful. We're hopeful that Ink Incarceration, I think, is a corporate name that we've got a 5-year contract with them. We're hopeful that they're going to be able to utilize the building in the future, which will help them. And we want to promote them to come back here and spend their money. So we think this is going to be very profitable for the fairgrounds. We don't know, but we're very hopeful.
The way I look at it is, I mean, it's a return on investment. You don't need to even have a stretch to say, hey, you have an arena that would be one of its kind in the state of Ohio. Certainly would attract large wedding receptions, big events.
And that's why this project costed more money, you know, with COVID hitting and the price of everything going up, that was part of it. But when you add the restrooms, the heating, the cooling, things of that nature, it provides multi-purpose, but you're not just using it then for a show arena. It's not just a pole barn.
Right.
So, and the other thing too is the location of it. I'm hopeful it's going to attract people at the fair that may have never seen a cattle show or a hog show or something like that. And because it's going to be at the edge of the kind of the midway right there. So we have an opportunity to expand knowledge and different things to people throughout Richland County. I think it's a really good opportunity for the taxpayers, the people here. And like I said, this has been since 2018. There's been a lot of people that have worked really hard at this, and the work's not done.
One of the things I appreciate is the fact that you did raise $1 million time, which was very difficult, and everybody else was trying to raise money, and you got your $1 million, and that's certainly appreciated.
Yeah, and thank you. And we actually, assuming that the livestock donation and the other $50,000 donation, excluding $40,000 air conditioner unit donated, $1,156,086.22. Very proud of what we've got from our donors. Senior Fair Board, the Livestock Committee. I mean, you've got donations from 4-H clubs to big time people that have businesses in here, foundations, grant from the state of Ohio. We've really, people unfortunately that passed away, instead of, you know, donating to a cause, they donated to the fairgrounds. So we're really proud about that.
It would make sense to complete the building in full. You guys, like Daryl said, have done so much work. And it would be one of a kind for our community, so I'm supportive of it.
I think it's a great investment in our community.
Thank you.
We'd like to have a motion, please.
Motion that we approve up to $200,000 out of Richland County Reinvestment Fund for the completion of the Richland County Fairgrounds Show Arena.
I will second that motion.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes,
Commissioner Barrow,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
you have it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're gonna get questions, so hold on.
Carl, questions?
Certainly. Thank you very much. David, the new show arena, how many seats will it have? And are they going to be bench seats, or what's that going to look like?
So we're hopeful to have portable bleachers, and it's going to depend on how we set up the arena during the fair. It's going to be larger. It's going to be more space than our current arena. I don't know. What do you think? I think 300 to 500,
Right.
Somewhere in that ballpark. You know, there's going to be more standing room. A lot of grandparents come in and watch, you know, Timmy show the goat, then they leave. So we're working on the logistics of how we're not planning on putting in permanent bleachers like the current show arena has. We're planning on having portable bleachers. We may need to either rent or borrow from the Belleville Street Fair for this year's fair, but we'll have a plan in place for next year to have actual portable bleachers, which benefits the fairgrounds.
Okay, and where exactly are you, just remind me, are you taking down the current arena and building in that space, or is this next to it, or where exactly will it be?
So that's a great question. The original plan was to expand the current show arena and then take off, I don't know, 80 feet or so of the hog barn and tack that back on. But when we looked at cost and prevailing wage, it wasn't a good financial move. So speaking with Adina and other people on the arena committee, we had some other builders come out and look. The most logical and cost-effective place was to put it right in front of the show arena, about 30 feet off. So if you were to come out the show arena and there's the roundabout right there, about 30 feet off of that is where the building is going to be.
Gove must have had something to do with planning.
So is it gonna cut off? Is it gonna cut off any of the current midway, or is that an issue?
Yeah, it's going to take a little bit into the midway, obviously, because that's where it's going to be. And some of the vendors are going to get pushed back a little bit more. There's a lot of grass area that is in front of the hog barn and next to this new building that we will ultimately at some point put asphalt in for more parking, things of that nature. But we're going to have to push a few things down in the midway. Usually we have about, I think, one ride that's three rides that are kind of right there that we're going to have to push back or relocate.
Okay, and when you talked about $1 million, you're talking about donations and grants in kind and all of that rolled together, correct?
Everything. You got it.
And you're gonna trust Tom with the HVAC? I mean, that could be a risky issue back there. I don't know.
Thanks, Carl.
And finally, if Tony wants to get Daryl riding the bull, then I think it's only fitting the second animal that should be ridden would be a jackass. And I've just got the commissioner for it, and he can step forward.
Is that any way to talk about Cliff? Come on now.
I thought maybe we could.
Oh, Carl.
Fights out there in the cage. I thought Tony could take
Oh,
on Tom Kraft.
I think that would be a fun. You know what? I would volunteer my time to
To bring
photograph.
humor in the commissioner's office.
That's all I.
Great fundraiser.
Stacy's shaking her head at you, Carl. You're in trouble. Stacy didn't like that language. Naughty, naughty.
It's an animal. It's in the Bible, Stacy. It's in the Bible.
Are you using God as a defense here?
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
No, it's okay. That's all I had. Thank
All
you.
right, thanks, Carl.
Stacy, I'm sorry.
Tony has given up swearing for the whole month, so
For Lent.
Nice.
I'm impressed.
you wouldn't be if you heard him.
Is it working?
Perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
He's out to Memorial Day. Gentlemen and lady, we appreciate you coming in and go forth and have a good fair.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it.
We off the record?
Yeah.
No, we're still on the record. She's still recording. Well, let us go through our, we'll be off the record in about 3 minutes.
Okay, and sir, would you introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Gary Dudlitz and I moved into the area about 10 years ago and I thought I'd like to see what's going on in the commissioner office for Richland County. And I'm excited to be here and to hear what's going on. And if I have a chance, eventually I'd like to be able to maybe present some thoughts.
Okay,
You have any today? You're a member of the public. You got any today?
Has anybody heard the sheriff from Butler County? His YouTube announcement?
the one about the border,
Pardon?
isn't he one on the border?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard.
that.
I've heard it.
Are we doing anything? Has anybody been stirred to start to approach our infrastructures and to see how we can prepare for potential problems and look at some weaknesses or some vulnerabilities that we have in Richland County that need to be addressed. Those kinds of thoughts I have from my professional experiences.
Well, our sheriff's department is well aware that you have a problem at the border and maybe sometime, yeah, well, you could go out and talk to the sheriff, but sometime if you want to come in and talk, we can some of the things that we may not want to talk openly. But you'd be,
We appreciate that.
Okay.
Yes.
Have you talked to the sheriff?
No, since I've been here, I've been bouncing around looking for people to talk to about this kind of stuff.
How do I spell your last name, sir?
Budlets.
yeah,
And Daryl's our sheriff's liaison, so.
Oh, you the man. Thank you. Okay,
we'll get you an appointment with him and
thank you, Daryl.
we can all sit down. Okay. And going to other, can we get a motion to certify the record of proceedings?
So moved.
Commissioner Banks,
That was for February the
15.
15th. Yes.
Commissioner Barrow.
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Okay, can you get a motion to approve the requisitions?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Okay, and then we need a utility permit application. Columbia Gas to perform pipeline maintenance on a pipeline near the Butler Newville Road.
So moved.
Second.
Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow.
Yes.
Mears.
Yes.
Okay, and also we have an amendment. Electric supply contract, adding a new street light for the engineers roundabout.
Motion to approve addendum to add a streetlight to the engineer's roundabout.
Second.
Banks.
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Now, we will stand in recess at 9:47 until 10 o'clock. And then joke about the roundabout.
Over here, Coney,
At the grill.
they make a great
So I
bagel
went back to my
sandwich.
car and said, I have 1 minute left. Didn't catch me, good, good, good. I said, "Oh, I'll put 2 quarters on, good for 2.
You're always welcome here.
Thank you. Thank you. So far, what I've seen. Nice.
Come on back.
Come on, $200,000 of my money? No, but. What kind of revenue are we talking about? What's the payback on the investment?
I think he answered it
I
appropriately.
missed that,
They'd
maybe
like-
because I came in late.
I don't think, and again, we don't mean to be, we actually have to go into session
Yeah.
at 10 o'clock. But
Not here, right? You gotta go somewhere else.
no, here, we go into public and then go into executive session.
So I excuse myself at that point.
Well, no, you can sit. You're gonna be kicked out here in about 30 seconds.
That's what I meant.
Yes.
I'll excuse myself.
Okay.
Come on back, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Nice
sir.
nice meeting you both.
Take care.
And by the way, I didn't start this club yet because I'm a procrastinator also, but I'm a member of the Equal Opportunity Name Forgetters. Okay. Take off. That's the-
Right for that one.
Oh, yeah, let me give you my card here.
Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna remember names.
Sure.
Just remember the handsome Italian, then you'll remember it.
That's you.
I don't wear
And
Look, I just want to see Amanda's face.
It was beautiful. Okay, nice meeting
See
you.
you, sir. Have a great day.
And your name again?
Stacy,
Stacy?
nice to meet you.
You regularly.
Okay.
Thank you. You want me to close the door? on-
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not yet, thank you.
okay, it's 10:03. We are back in session, and can we get a motion to go into executive session for purposes of compensation?
So moved.
Second,
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow,
yes.
Commissioner Mears.
I assume that's compensation of a public employee.
It actually is,
It's employment, it's hiring.
it's
Okay.
hiring. I miss,
Hiring of a public employee, Al.
Okay, thank
no,
you.
that's Carl.
Carl. That's
That's
insulting
okay.
to Al. Sorry, Al.
That's okay, Cliff. Oh, wait, I didn't mean to insult Cliff.
It is 10:11 and we are out of executive session back into our regular session. And the wastewater department would like to hire Lisa Everhart, $15 an hour, and for her to start on Thursday. Motion to do so.
And note that she has a 120-day probationary period.
Second.
What position?
Building clerk.
Thank you. Commissioner Banks?
Yes.
Mr. Pharaoh?
Yes.
Commissioner Mears?
Yes.
Questions, Carl?
No, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. At 10:12, we will stand in recess until 10:30.
Thanks, guys.
10:30, we're back in session and we need a motion to go into executive session. Sheriff compensation,
So moved.
Second,
public employee compensation.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow,
yes.
Commissioner Meters.
they would say.
Okay, we are back in session, leaving executive session. And I'd like to have a motion to make an exception to our allow for a donation of up to 70 hours to employee sick time.
Up to 70 hours, what?
Make a motion to have an exception or sick leave policy for an employee in the jail up to 70 hours of sick leave time.
Okay,
And I'll second that motion.
I didn't first, but I was asking for one.
Oh, wait, I'll make that motion.
Then I'll second it.
Commissioner Banks.
Yes.
Commissioner Vero,
Yes.
Commissioner Meters.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any questions, Carl?
No, I think I know what's going on, but so we'll just let that one pass. I'm done. Go ahead.
Thank you. It's 10:36 and we will stand in recess until 10:45. Okay,
Oh, okay.
it is 10:45 and the Board of Commission is back in session. And I need a motion to go into executive session to talk about the medical services review.
So moved.
So move.
Second.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Can't be bad now. Carol, you gonna?
We are at 11:14 and out of the executive session, and we have nothing to do at this time. So 11:14, we're gonna adjourn.
Thank you. Wait a second.